Welcome to Sacred Wandering with Keira. My friend, this is a corner of the world where time stops, where the noise in our minds quiet, where we have soft hearts and we open our palms and we ask. This is a place where we receive. I invite you to join me as we wander through the sacred together. Welcome to Sacred Wandering. Good morning, my love. I welcome you into this place of rest, of peace, and of receiving. A message came to me yesterday, which was have a strong spine and sturdy feet. And there is strength that comes in when we breathe into our spine. We feel, we know who we are, and we know what we are doing. We trust ourselves. And then there's a deep level of rest when we have sturdy feet. We can trust that our feet are stable, even when the ground isn't. And I think that right there is the most important piece, is that sturdy feet are still sturdy, even when the ground is rocky and unstable. And what I believe the cause and the core reason to have a stable spine and sturdy feet, a strong spine and sturdy feet, is to meet with God, to quiet our minds, to pause in the sea of motion, the motion of our days, the motion of our bodies, the motion of our minds, and to ask, to listen, and to receive. So today we're going to begin by breathing into our spines, noticing your spine, feeling it. Is it strong? Is it stable? And as you feel into your spine, we're going to ask that it may become stronger. So you're going to breathe in and out. And in. And out. Now breathe all the way into your feet and bless them. Bless them with sturdiness, strength, surety. There we go. I'm going to begin by reading you a blessing that I've recently received. I don't know if you've felt the difference, but I'm only reading you blessings from this year. And it's because the frequency of who I am has changed. And so the frequency of the blessings have changed. And maybe I'll be called to open up my old prayer books, but it feels as though we're on a new trajectory. And I don't really want to go pull in all of the blessings when I was just broken all the time and struggling all the time. Like we're in a new frequency now and the blessings match this frequency. And I think that there's something about that, just for a second, if we can sit with it, that the blessings that God give us match the frequency that we're at. And it's the thing that we need right then. But that's the power of doing this every day, is that as you shift, you will receive new information. And that is what I've experienced. So this is one of the blessings that I recently received. Blessings will arrive as you focus on being a blessing for others. Allow love to pour through you to move to those around you. Be a blessing, and it will be multiplied and magnified. How often do we ask for blessings. We ask for the things that we're wanting. And I love that this shifts, like go be a blessing. And as you are a blessing, blessings will just arrive. And it goes back to the law of multiplication and the law of magnification. And I talk about this in my book, Transfiguration, which will be in the world on February 17th. And this law is one that we talk about often here. But if you haven't heard it, it's this: God will magnify who we are, and God will multiply our offerings. So, however we are being, God will magnify it, which is why it's really important to be radically responsible about your energy and who you are and how you feel. You are the captain of your ship, and you do get to choose how you feel. And when we choose to feel in the higher feelings of gratitude and happiness and joy, those are what get magnified. But when we choose to feel the lower frequencies of fear and stress and doubt and anger and rage, those will be multiplied by the law of magnification. So this is like, we really get to feel it, and we get to choose what and how we live our lives. And then the law of multiplication is that God will multiply anything we offer up. And so here it applies to this blessing, because God is saying, ask to be a blessing for others, and by so doing, you will receive many. And it's just simply because that's also the law, right? So if you're offering blessings to others, by law, what you are offering gets multiplied. But also, by the law of magnification, that is a frequency that is magnified. So today, as you go about your day, pray and ask, how am I a blessing for others? How can I be a blessing for others? And just see and watch what unfolds. Now, today, as we go into prayer, I invite you to pick up whatever it is that you do not want magnified or multiplied that just keeps running in your life. A pattern, a result, a way of being, and you're going to pick it up and you're going to put it into God. We're going to allow God to shift and change it, to transform it, to match the frequency of miracles. And then we are going to ask that God will touch our cells, that our cells may match the frequency of the divine, the frequency of God, the frequency of miracles. We're going to breathe in. Let's do one more. And now we ask that God will place his hands on our head to give us a blessing, that we may receive the words that God has for us today. And I will be quiet while you pray. Take a nice deep breath in. allowing these words to be grounded in your body, allowing these words to bring you peace. That they will guide your feet today, and that they will ensure the sturdiness of your feet and the strength of your spine. And now we're going to open our palms and ask God, what is the number one most important action you need me to do today? We're going to ask, we're going to listen, we're going to receive. And then I'm going to ask that your angels will walk with you. They will open up the doorways for this action to take place. And that today you may feel strong and steady. And that today is a day of miracles. And with that, I thank you for wandering into the sacred with me. And I will see you tomorrow morning in our prayer corner. Thank you for wandering into the sacred with me today. If this episode moved or inspired you, I encourage you to share it. Think of someone who needs this message today and text it to them. Let's add more light to the world by welcoming people into our prayer corner together. I also want to invite you to create your own prayer corner at home, a space set apart where you can return again and again to hear God's voice. To support you, I've created the Sacred Space course, which guides you step by step in locating, creating, and dedicating your very own sacred space. You're also welcome into the Sacred Wandering Facebook group, where you can share the blessings that God is giving you and be uplifted by others walking this path. You can find both of these resources in the show notes, or just send me a DM on Instagram at Keira Brinton, and me or my team will send them directly to you. I want to thank you for being one of the rare humans who chooses to sit at the foot of God, to ask, listen, and do. And as always, I want to thank you for wandering into the sacred with me.